With the wonderful morning wishes, we welcome you all back to the 4th March episode of Civilspedia's Daily Current Affairs Analysis brought to you by Shankar IAS Academy. And before getting into the list of topics, kindly ensure your subscription to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. And do hit the bell icon for receiving on-time notification. And an important announcement, pre-storming UPSC Prelims Test Series is about to start its last batch, or the batch 6 is about to start from 10th March onwards, and it is a regular batch. So please do register yourself for this test series using the QR code which is available in this slide, or using the registration link which is available in our website, and track the UPSC Prelims of 2026. And here are the list of topics taken for today's discussion. And the first topic is about Salar de Pajonales and Martian life. And the second topic is about National Workshop on Natural Farming. And the third topic is about India's major overseas evacuation operations that has been done so far. And the fourth topic is about the new GDP series by the National Statistical Office. And the fifth topic is Prelims Focus, where we discuss important current affairs from the UPSC Prelims point of view. Why are scientists studying gypsum in the Salar de Pajonales? With this news article taken from The Hindu, we are going to have answer for this question in the further section. So first, what is Salar de Pajonales? It is the location within the Atacama Desert of Chile. So this Atacama Desert is the world's driest non-polar desert, and the Salar de Pajonales located within this desert. And why scientists are studying over this location? Because of the varied features it has. What are all the features? It is located 3.5 kilometers above the mean sea level, and it also experiences the extreme conditions, that is both drying as well as freezing, and it also receives the high amount of high ultraviolet radiations. So because of these conditions, it is having extreme conditions and also being identified with the driest place. And because of these conditions, it has closely resembles the environment over the surface environment of Mars. So it closely in similar to the Earth environment that has been observed over the Mars atmosphere. So this is the reason it has been studied by the scientists, and it is also being considered as the Mars analog site because of the close resemblance. And here we can see the image of the Salar de Pajonales. So here we can see the Salar de Pajonales pan area of salty pans that has been seen over this location. And what are the scientists studying there? First, they are studying the gypsum rocks or calcium sulfate dihydrate, or also called as Ca2SO4.2H2O, which is the expansion or the chemical name of gypsum. Why this gypsum is being studied? Because it is found both on Earth as well as on Mars, and it also focuses on the study of stromatolites. It is a specific feature that is being observed over that location. So what is stromatolites? They are the layered sedimentary rock formation or structures that was formed over thousands of years by the trapping and binding of sediments by ancient microorganisms, primarily the cyanobacteria or the blue-green algae, which traps the sediments, which eventually leads to the formation of this layered sedimentary rock formation, stromatolites. So they are layered rock structures built by microbes over a long period of time. And here we can see the image of the stromatolites over that Chile region or the Atacama region, where it has been formed through layers. So why this gypsum is studied in specific over that location? Because gypsum protects the living microbes over that region. By these microbes were found just millimeters beneath the rock surface, as we have seen. that the earlier structure which is formed because of the sedimentary formation, and just beneath the layer of rock we can see the microbes which is thriving over that location. And this gypsum is a translucent material which can penetrate the adequate amount of sunlight, and which allows enough sunlight for the microbes to involve in the process of photosynthesis, and it also traps adequate amount of moisture over that location, and which blocks major harmful UV radiation, which also helps the microbes to thrive, and also traps small amount of moisture, and this creates the micro habitat for the microorganism to thrive over that location, and where life can survive despite having extreme desert conditions. And gypsum preserves also the ancient life. It also acts as the fossil preservants. It the deeper inside the stromatolites, where we can scientists can observe the fossils and also chemical traces of ancient microbes. So which reveals there is a possibility of study over the gypsum that has been taken over the Mars location for the earliest existence of Martian life. And after microbes died, this gypsum will seal their remains, which will eventually be fossilized by this gypsum and preserved the biosignatures along this stromatolite structure for over a long period of time. And why this is important for Mars exploration? Because Mars also has a large deposit of gypsum, and if the gypsum persists over the Mars, protects the microbes on Earth, which also preserves the fossil in extreme condition, then it may also has the possibility that it also protects the traces of ancient life on Mars. And also future Mars mission may target over the gypsum rich region, which can be studied easily, because we have already studied enough over the Salar de Pajonales region in search of past life. And this Salar in Chile term is known as the Salt Lake. And moving to the question, consider the following statements regarding stromatolites. First statement, they are formed by the activity of cyanobacteria that traps and binds sediments in shallow water. Second, they played a significant role in increasing oxygen level in Earth's early atmospheres. Third, they are commonly found today in deep ocean hydrothermal vents. Which of the statements given above are correct? And the first statement was correct as we discussed, and the second statement is also correct because the cyanobacteria plays a significant role in the formation of early life. And the third statement was incorrect because it is not found on the deep ocean hydrothermal beds. And the answer will be, after eliminating 3, we will get the answer 1 and 2, option A. Yes, and it's time to move to the next topic. The policy think tank NITI Aayog has recently conducted a national workshop on natural farming under the state support mission. With this news background from the Press Information Bureau, let's know more about the natural farming and about the relevant schemes in detail. So, about the national workshop, it was conducted and organized by the policy think tank of Government of India, NITI Aayog, under the theme Natural Farming under State Support Mission. So, this State Support Mission is an umbrella initiative of NITI Aayog designed to foster the well-structured and institutionalized engagement with all states and union territories, which helps them to achieve the socio-economic goals by the year of 2047. And the primary objective of this national workshop is to increase the chemical-free farming models across the state of India. And also it has the direct linkage with the schemes such as PM-PRANAM and Bharatiya Prakriti Krishi Badati. And also it has the core principle of usage of cow-based inputs such as Jivamrt or Bijamrt on farmlands. And also it completely prohibits the usage of synthetic fertilizers. So no synthetic fertilizers will be used in this natural farming. And it has the key focus towards state level engagement for more adoption and convergence. And what is natural farming? It is being promoted and structured by the famous natural farming enthusiast known as Subhash Palekar Krushi model. And what are all the core features of this natural farming? There will be no involvement of chemical fertilizers, and no pesticides has to be sprayed upon the farm fields, and there is no involvement of heavy external organic inputs. So this will be very crucial, that it involves the prohibition of the organic inputs. Even the organic inputs are not to be used in the farm field for increasing the yield. And also usage promotion in the usage of cow based formulations. As we discussed, it involves the products such as Jivamrit and Bijamrit are to be used for the natural increase in the yield of the farm field. And it also increases the soil microbiology for regeneration, which helps in the regeneration of microbes which is living under the soil. And what is the major difference between the natural farming and organic farming? The primary difference is that the organic farming allows the purchase of organic inputs for the increasing yield, or in serving as a type of pesticide. But the natural farming involves no such thing. It promotes or emphasizes the local self-reliance. So it uses the dairy products such as the cow dungs and other cow products as the natural fertilizers, and also the natural pesticides, which also enhances the circular economy and the local self-reliance of the farmers. So it is based on this, it is being categorized or defined as natural farming. And why NITI Aayog is pushing towards the natural farming? Because of the reduction in the fiscal burden of the government. Because India spends lot of money on fertilizer subsidy as well as the import of fertilizers. So India is the second largest user of the fertilizer and also the third largest producer of urea. So it uses heavy amount of chemical fertilizers, as well as it also uses lots of chemical fertilizers on the farm field. So it also depends majorly on the chemical fertilizers. By decreasing the chemical fertilizer dependency, India has also been in saving of lots of money. And natural farming will eventually reduce the chemical input demand over the farm field, which also helps the sustainable development of the farm fields, and also increases the rationalization of subsidy over the Indian region, and also direct having links to the schemes such as PM-PRANAM, that is promoting alternative nutrients for agriculture management, which is also said to be the Prime Minister's program for rejuvenation or reintroduction and awareness generation, nourishment, and amelioration of Mother Earth. So this is also an expansion, and this is promoting alternative nutrient for agricultural management is also another abbreviation for this PM-PRANAM scheme, which has which primarily focuses on the reduction of chemical fertilizers dependency, such as the dependence over DAPs, that is diammonium phosphates, NPKs, and other chemical fertilizers. And it doesn't have any separate allocation of budget, as it was introduced in the 2023 budget, and it was initially said to be implemented over the years of 3 years, from 2023 to 26. And it has also this natural farming also has the direct relevance with the reduction in the soil health. which is creating the adverse effect to the soil, which also been reduced because India has the primary issue related to soil health, such as soil degradation because of the increased usage of chemical fertilizers and declining organic carbon or organic compounds from the natural farmland, and groundwater contamination, which is also an important issue because of the seepage of chemical fertilizers into the aquifers underground, which contaminates the underground water, which can also lead to the other health impairments to the human beings, which is also a primary concern, which is also related to this natural farming and chemical fertilizers. And natural farming promotes the soil microbial activity as it heavily depend on the natural based pesticides and natural based fertilizers. It increases the microbial activity underground and also increases the soil's fertility in larger manner. And it has also related to the climate change because chemical fertilizers in agriculture contributes to nitrous oxide emission and energy intensive fertilizer production. But natural farming will promote the lower carbon footprint over that farmland for obtaining certain type of yield, and also promotes the carbon sequestration in an effective manner. And it has also linked with the other schemes such as National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture and India's commitment towards the climate change under the Paris Agreement. And it also supports the farmers income stability because of various reasons, such as it has the advantage over the reduction in the input cost that has been provided by the farmers to obtain the yield by it can be of either buying of fertilizers or pesticides etc for the field. But after adapting to the natural farming, the farmers will get the reduction in this amount that has provided as an input and lower dependence on credit. So instead of buying credit for obtaining the inputs for the farm field, the farmers can also rely on the natural products which has been either obtained by the dairy sector, and also potential premium markets. So farmers have the access to the potential premium markets for their products, as it is majorly focuses on natural based product. It has additional value towards the health, so people will buy more such products in a premium price, so the farmers can easily get the adequate amount of income towards this product. And uh, it also has a specific concern, which is yield transition period may hurt the farmers initially because the farmland needs to get time to get adapt to this national farming eventually. So it takes some time. It also costs more initially, but it yields much after long period of time. So it is discussed there. And what are the challenges related to this adoption of natural farming? It has the challenges including yield uncertainty, scientific validation gaps are still there, and also market access for producers are not much established as of now, and farmers awareness are also very low with regarding the adoption to the natural farming, and also scaling difficulties. It is not easy to scale the yield provided by the natural farming compared to the chemical fertilizing farming. So coming to the question with reference to natural farming in India, consider the following statements. First statement, it completely prohibits the usage of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. Second, it allows the use of externally purchased organic manure. Third, it emphasizes the use of indigenous cow-based formulations. Which of the statements given above are correct? So in this question, they have asked about the correct statement, and with respect to the first statement, it was correct because it completely prohibits the usage of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. And the second statement is incorrect because it doesn't allows the usage of externally purchased organic manure. Even though it was organic in nature, it was banned under natural farming. And the third statement was correct because it emphasizes the usage of indigenous cow-based formulations. So one and third statement are correct, but the second statement was incorrect. And the answer will be option A, 1 and 3 only. Yes, and it's time to move to the next topic. As war comes to West Asia, again a look at how India has evacuated Indians abroad in times of crisis. With this news article taken from the Indian Express, we are going to have the discussion around how India previously evacuated Indians abroad in times of crisis across the globe. So first we have to note there is an current instability and turmoil over the West Asian region because of the conflict between USA, Israel and Iran. And this turmoil and the instability directly and adversely affects the Indian diaspora, as this place hosts most amount of Indian diaspora, which accounts around 9.7 million to 10 million of Indian diaspora over this region. They are either been there for as a worker or professional or as a student. And this West Asian region is also crucial for certain things, such as it provides energy security as a major supplier of oil and natural gas, which has been imported by many countries and majorly by the Indian subcontinent. And it also adds value to the coffers of India by remitting by the workers provided the remittance provided by the workers and professionals. And it also been at the crucial point as it acts as a pivotal role in trade and connectivity. And what is the India's response at the time of crisis situations? India has previously conducted major evacuation missions such as Operation Rahat, which was undertook in the year of 2015 to evacuate the Indians from the Yemeni region because of the instability over there. And also the Operation Ganga, which brought back Indians from the Ukraine region because of the Ukraine war, and Operation Kaveri, which evacuated the Indians from the Sudan region, and Vande Bharat mission, which is the major milestone evacuation mission undertook by India to evacuate the Indians from across the globe because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So this repatriated the people from across the globe during COVID-19 pandemic. And the other such notable operations which evacuated the Indians from across the globe, or the notable one or Operation Devi Shakti. Devi Shakti. In the year of 2021. And this operation evacuated the Indian from Afghan region, because of the Taliban, on the context of Taliban taking over the Afghanistan. And the other such operations are Operation Ajay in the year of 2023, which is being undertook by the India to evacuate Indians from the Israeli region. This operation specifically focuses on the evacuated Indians from the Israeli region. So this is because of the Hamas attack, the militant group Hamas attack over the Israel, and based on that, the operation was undertook. And the one such recent operation was the Operation Sindhu, not Sindur, Operation Sindhu, which focuses on the evacuation of Indians from the earlier turmoil that has been prevailing over the Iran as well as Israel. So this has evacuated the Indians from the Israeli region as well as Iran region. So this was undertook in the year of 2025. So this Operation Sindhu is the evacuation operation of Indians from the Israel and Iran. And the other notable operation is the Operation Safe Homecoming. Safe Homecoming. This was undertaken in the year of 2011, and it is the earliest operation that I have known. This Operation Safe Coming is being a part of the Libyan outbreak, the Libyan civil outbreak. So the civil war that has outbreak over the Libyan region will lead to the evacuation of Indian population from the Libyan region. So this Operation Safe Coming is related to that. And what is the mechanism used by India to evacuate the peoples? That is being the coordination between the Ministry of External Affairs, Indian embassies, and armed forces. And it has used the special flights, naval ships, and border coordination with the neighboring countries for the safe evacuation of the Indian diaspora over that region. And what was the previous initiative or other initiatives taken by the government to safely evacuate the diaspora? First is the digital initiative, that is Madat portal, establishment of Madat portal. By establishing this portal, there is an online grievance platform. This is an online grievance platform for Indians who's hailing in abroad to have access to faster consular assistance. So they can easily contact the consulate, so they can get the assistance easily. And the e-migrate system, which was established to regulate the overseas recruitment and also protect the Indian workers by mandating the employer registration. So this is also a double checking mechanism which also oversees the recruitment as well as the registration of employee registration, mandation of employer registration. And global Pravasi Rishta portal, which works as to register the diaspora skills and geomaps expertise, and also the supports targeted collaboration and emergency outreach. And what is the financial support that has been provided? Indian Community Welfare Fund has been created, and it was set up in the year of 2009 to assist the distressed Indians abroad with food, shelter, medical aid, and repatriation expenses. And the Pravasi Bharatiya Bima Yojana, which is also an insurance scheme, that mandatory insurance scheme offering up to 10 lakh coverage for the ECR category migrant workers. And the legal aid desk, which operates on the embassy based multilingual support for labor and immigration related issues. And with reference to the India's overseas evacuation operation, consider the following statements. First statement: Operation Rahat was launched to evacuate Indians from Sudan during civil unrest. Second, Operation Ganga involved in coordination with India's neighboring European countries for land border evacuations. Third, Operation Kaveri was conducted in response to a military conflict in West Asia. How many of the statements given above are correct? So take this question, please post your answers in the comment section. We will happy to have your answers in the comments. With this, we move to the next topic. New GDP series with sharper data and clearer signals for the economy. This news article was taken from the Indian Express, and it is about the recent release of the new GDP data series. And the newly released data of the GDP comprises of the comprehensive data from the 2022 to 23 financial year onwards. And the further initiative is to release the data of the prior years, which is before the 22 to 23 financial year. So what is this GDP series is of? The GDP series refers to the official set of data released by the country's statistical agency showing the size and growth of its economy over a period of time, calculated using a specific base year and methodology. And in India, it was released and compiled by the National Statistical Office under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So, what does a GDP series include? It provides a comprehensive set of data related to the GDP at constant price. That is, real GDP measures growth after removing inflation, and the GDP at current price, which is the nominal GDP after actual market value, and the sector wise data, which shows the agricultural data, related data, and industry and service, which provides the comprehensive and analytical data regarding these sectors, which is essential for analyzing the sector wise growth, and also quarterly and annual growth rates. It has also been mentioning this new GDP data series also mentions about the quarterly and annual growth rates. And what has changed in this new data series? It includes the GST data, which is previously missing over the provision of this data. This GST figures are now included and used to improve the quarterly GDP estimation. And this also strengthens the formal sector for the measurement of growth. And the better informal sector capture also been possible by the inclusion of this GDP data. And the annual surveys of the unincorporated enterprises has improved the informal sector estimates. And the methodological improvements also been possible because of this inclusion. The issue of double deflation, which is also the primary issue of the earlier data series. This double deflation has been eliminated in agriculture and manufacturing, has been addressed. And the key economic ratios also being updated using the recent studies. So the GDP series issued by the Ministry of Statistical and Program Implementation was like this document under the Government of India, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, understanding the new series of data. What are all the previously frequently asked question and the comprehensive data followed by. So what is the significance behind this new series of data related to GDP has been released? The new series aims to incorporate and plug gaps in the India's data architecture and focus more on the transparency over the data, which was earlier lagging on the earlier series of data, and the incorporation of better and more recent data sources, which is having relatable and also being reliable one, and addressing the criticisms of the earlier GDP estimation method, which also plugs the gap in the earlier GDP estimation method by inclusion of more GDP data and other reliable data from across various sectors, and reflects the structural changes in the Indian economy. And it also aligns with the other recent data improvements, such as new inflation series will also be possible to get reflected from the new series of GDP data, and household consumption surveys can also be made possible and made easy through the data which is obtained from various sectors as well as the various entities. And the surveys of unincorporated enterprises will also be made out in a comprehensive manner because of the data which is available within our source. And more frequent labor market surveys can also be taken frequently to address and plug the gaps that arise over the labor market. And moving to the main question, why is periodic revision of GDP series is necessary? And discuss its significance and associated challenges. And this is the 10 more questions we need to answer within 150 words. So please take this question and post your answers in the comment section. We will evaluate and bring the feedback in the comment section itself. Let's move to the prelims focus. And the first topic of today's prelims focus is about the Geological Survey of India. Why it is in news? Because it made a recent notification that it is about to launch 300 more critical minerals project. With this background, let's discuss more about the institution. The Geological Survey of India was established in the year of 1851 by the British East India Company, and it was initially established to explore and identify the location of where the coal reserve has been found within India to use the coal in the railways. But later, after independence, it was functioning and working as an attached office to the Ministry of Mines. So the nodal ministry will be the Ministry of Mines, as it is considered as the as one of the India's premier scientific institution. It has some of the following objectives. What are all that? It is to create and update a national wide geoscientific data, and also involves in the assessment of mineral resources that is available within India, which has been scattered across various regions, and also involves in the exploration and the identification of the resources within India using geospatial information, which can be obtained either through airborne surveys or marine surveys. And it also involves in both scientific and technical studies, which involves the study of geotechnical, geo-environmental, hazard-based, glaciology-based, and seismotectonic-based and other fundamental research also been inducted or conducted by this Geological Survey of India to assess the resources within India for exploration, further exploration. So, this Geological Survey of India is considered as the second oldest survey organization after the Survey of India, and it has its headquartered in Kolkata of West Bengal. So these are all the informations regarding the Geological Survey of India. And moving to the next is about the Prime Minister Modi's talk on West Asian crisis. As we have seen, there is a crisis over the West Asian situation because of the conflicts between USA, Israel, and Iran. So they are attacking each other. So what is the background? The USA and Israel has made out an all-round strike over Iran, which killed the supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, on February 28th. And in retaliation of the killing, Iran has also made out an missile strike over the regions where having the air base or the military base of USA and Israel. So Israel retaliated with the missile attack on Israel's, having the killing of 9 people and also leaving 11 missing in the Beit Shemesh region. So this Beit Shemesh is also very crucial location, which is important for our UPSC prelims. And who are all the people that has our Prime Minister Modi has communicated regarding the West Asian crisis? First is the Israeli Prime Minister Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu. On contacting him, Indian Prime Minister asserted and urged that to end the hostilities between the nation and to stress for civilian safety, because innocent civilians cannot be affected because of the crisis between the leaders, and also contacted the UAE's president and stated that our prime minister has condemned the attack made out by the Iranian forces over the UAE's major locations and attacking the civilians irrespective of making the civilians into the contact, and also expressed grief over the expressed their solidarity of India towards this nation. And also India stands towards this West Asian crisis is also important, because India strives for peace and to maintain an coexistence over that region. So India calls for cessation of violence over that region and also stresses protection of civilians. Apart from taking actions, it needs to protect the civilians first, and also amid escalating the conflict that is happening in the West Asian region. So this is the present stand of India as of now to the West Asian crisis. And we can see the strike and retaliation of various locations made out by the USA, Israel, and Iran. So the Iran's target was primarily the air base, either the air base or military base of USA and Israel. But the Israel's main target over the Iran region was Karaj, Tehran, Qom, Kermanshah, and Isfahan. So these are all the locations which is important to get noted for our UPSC prelims. And we have to note that Israel has access to two major water bodies. What are all that? It is Mediterranean Sea and Red Sea. So these are all the two water bodies that has the access to Israel. So in the Israel has a very narrow access to the Red Sea through the Gulf of Aqaba, which is also important. And we have to also note that Iran has access to three water bodies. What are all that? Caspian Sea, which is also an UPSC previous year question. I think so. So the Caspian Sea, Persian Gulf, and Gulf of Oman. And we also has to note, apart from the Gulf of Aqaba and the water bodies, we also has to note about the strait, which is the Strait of Hormuz, which is also very important as of now. And moving to the next is about the wildlife conservation efforts at Kuno National Park. So we have already discussed enough about the Kuno National Park in our earlier video. So why it is again surfaced into the news? Because Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister has released 53 gharials and 25 three-striped roofed turtles into the Kuno River, which is the lifeline of this Kuno National Park and also a major tributary of Chambal. And also it is located near the Palpur Fort, which has its own historical significance. And the primary objective of releasing this species into this river is to strengthen the conservation and boost the population of endangered species under the National Chambal Sanctuary Program. And the next thing we need to note about is the Project Cheetah. As we have discussed, it was introduced in the year of 2022, and it also has been recently in news because 9 cheetahs has been introduced from Botswana to this Kuno National Park, which has increased the population of cheetah over this national park to 48. And what is the significance behind it? It proves Project Cheetah is a great success, and also positions the Kuno National Park as a biodiversity hub. Moving to the question with reference to Kuno National Park, consider the following statement. First statement, it is located in Madhya Pradesh. Yes. Second, it was originally identified as a potential site for Asiatic lion reintroduction. Third, it forms the part of National Chambal Sanctuary. Which of the statements given above are correct? So, the first statement was correct because it is located within the Madhya Pradesh. And the second statement was correct because, as we discussed in the earlier video, it is the Kuno National Park has been identified as the potential and optimal site for the reintroduction of Asiatic lion, because there is an virus that has been spreading over that region, that is canine distemper virus, which affects majorly the canine carnivorous animals such as the Asiatic lion of Gir Forest or Gir National Park. So they identified this Kuno National Park as a potential site for reintroduction. So the second statement is also correct. And the third statement was incorrect because it is not forming a part of National Chambal Sanctuary. So the answer will be after 1 and 2 only, because first and second statement are correct and third statement was incorrect. Let's check. Yes. With this, we came to the conclusion of this video. Hope you guys like the video. Please share your positive comments and suggestions in the comment section given below and share the video to your friends. Do hit the subscribe button and bell icon for receiving on-time notification. Thank you for watching us. Have a great day.